Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning. Today I would like to presentation about kind of reading. Before I start the presentation, let me introduce myself. My name is Yanualita Rahmawati, and I am a student of English Education Study Program from University PGRI Kanjuruhan Malang. So basically, reading can be classified into three main kinds. The first one is vacational reading, and the second one study type reading, and the third is survey reading. So I would like to explain one by one. Number one is vacational reading. Vacational reading is like a reading for fun, purely for pleasure, satisfying ourselves. So recreational reading can provide hour after hour of enjoyment. So when you're reading a story, it's really just make a pleasure for the reader. And the recreational reading is for everyone. It's for everyone, like literally everyone in the all of the age, because most people read at relaxed and uneven speed. So there is no speed for reading for this kind of reading. It's free. It's like depends of the reader, and maybe they may skim through a tale until they come to a scene, a description, or even a praise that is especially pleasing or satisfying. That portion may be read slowly and then reread to be enjoy, appreciate, or consider. And material may take in the many forms such as novels, comics, books, newspaper, magazine. It includes all topics because it's reading for fun. Like it's depends for the reader interesting. So it includes all topics. And then the second one is study type reading. A study type reading usually requires the reader to pay close attention to the text, because a good reader looks for significant ideas and details. The reader then try to understand how these ideas and the details relate to one another and how they fit into the general topic. So the speed reading for the first time in study type of material tends to be slower. It's because they have to close attention to the text. They have to understand the ideas, the detail of the text. And then it involves close reading the aim at the accuracy of comprehension. So the reader maybe should reread or read again and read again portion of the text to understand it fully, like accuracy of the text. And reading speed may be much faster when the material is reviewed. Like you already read this book, and then you read again and read again. Like you can your speed is more faster if when you review material of the books. And the last one is survey readings. Survey readings is involved covering a large amount of the text to get a general idea of its content. So in such cases, the person may first skim the material to understand the main point, and the reader may then look for the details that reinforce or illustrate that point. So the readers need to read some section carefully to make sure that the desired information has been found. Before ending the presentation, I would like to share the things that you have to know to improve your reading skill. The first one is make sure you understand the type of the text you have. You should ask yourself, what type of book am I reading? It is important. This is an information based like a newspaper, textbook, or manual. Like you have to know your interest in a book, or if you want to more creative or artistic, like you can read a novel or short story. And second, decide on the purpose of your reading. The reason why you are reading has an impact on how you read. For instance, reading a novel for a class can be different than reading a novel for pleasure. Since you'll be expected to understand and remember the text rather than just enjoy the experience of the reading it, ask yourself, what am I reading for? If you are reading to gain information, maybe you, for instance, to meet work or school requirement, or you probably want to try extensive technique. And the third is scan your reading before you begin. Whatever the purpose of your readings before, taking a few minutes to look the piece over is very helpful. Check and see how the work is structured and present. Fourth, read intensively if you want to practice the fundamentals and learn vocabulary. Basically, intensive reading is focused more on individual details of what you're reading. If you want to practice pronunciation, study grammar, or learn vocabulary, you want to read more slowly and focus more on individual words and sentences. Number 5, look for just the guess of the text meanings. For intensive readings, it's not always important to worry about what something means in a deep way, just trying to get a general sense of what reading is about. Number 6, reading as often as you can. Read as often as you can. The more you read, the easier it becomes. Practicing for at least 15 to 30 minutes a day, and every day, maybe you can make it a habit. It will make a big difference. And the number 7, try the extensive reading if you are looking for understanding. What is extensive reading? Extensive reading work is when you are trying to determine the meaning of what you're reading. This technique focuses on the overall picture. It's best for a thing like studying a textbook, reading a newspaper article for information, or reading a book for school. And then the last one is number 8, review what you're reading by summarizing it. Every so often, stop and write a few sentences in your notes to summarize what you've read so far, putting the main ideas into your own words and writing them out is a way of checking that you understand what you're reading. Going back over the material also helps you remember what you've read. So maybe that's all of my presentation. I hope you can find something useful from the material and subject that I explained in this presentation. Thank you for your attention. And I highly appreciate for watching this video. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.